So, after much ado about nothing, our characters have arrived at the mayor's office. Mayor, it's actually not called a mayor. I can't remember what their title is. I came up with all these damn titles. He is a Comte. So, Comte. That's not the right word. That's
You called it Comte last time.
I'm gonna say Comte because I'm in a French mood today. Comte Hoschkeit is his name. He's a big old burro. He's sitting in a nice, big comfortable chair. He's just kind of hanging. He's like, yes, come in, my 7 a.m. appointment. I thought there would be more of you. Where's the woman?
Well, I believe that Becky's aide can explain.
Aid? Are you giving me fancy titles now?
Hey,
Sorry, sir. Mr. Comte, sir.
Yes.
I was at the scene and well,
Wait,
Mr. Wildpaw and I are both in her employ, and she's she's indisposed. She was unable to make it. She's not feeling quite well.
Okay, I'm in character now.
strike 3, you're...
You see what I'm doing, sis?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm in character.
You
It's a
need
good thing
more.
you're not wearing a
I
red
do
shirt.
need more. It doesn't actually work.
Oh no, I just realized we're a strike 3 and a hairy guy. We just literally brought the Wookiee to him.
Abba, duaba, Chewbacca. Okay. Okay, we're getting rid of this. This is super uncomfortable. I have a pillow in my shirt. Alright, well. Young boy, we're going to be talking about serious business. If you want to step outside and have some candy, or maybe a nice treat, I'm sure we can arrange a drink for you. We have really nice lemonade, sir.
I'm going to pause and remind you that my child form makes me look like a 13-ish year old.
Yes, go away, little boy.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to turn and I'm going to respond to him and I'm going to say, with all due respect, sir, I am, well, I suppose there isn't really a better title to put on it, even though I've never been given one, aide to Miss Becky. And I know a great deal about all of her affairs, plus I was directly at the scene that we're getting ready to be discussing.
Roll diplomacy to convince him of this. This is going to be opposed, and he's a mayor. Well, a Comte. Comte.
That is a 27.
Wow, you beat me by 1.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I rolled a 3.
Wow.
So... So, after a moment of thought, Hoschkeit considers it for a moment. By the way, I'm actually going to take a moment to pause and do a little world building, because I don't think I have yet. Burun are slightly different in their clan name thing. They don't actually have clans at all, actually. They have a first name and a second name. The first name they're born with, and in this case his name was Hoschk. That's his name. He was born with it, he wears it. Any given Burun within Burun society has to at some point prove that they have earned the right to be considered a second name, and that usually involves doing something to contribute to society as a whole. Now, if you remember what I told you about Burun, or I should say show politics in general, I'll wait. Guido, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I'm listening.
No, say goodnight to your wife. It's more important. Don't want
Good
waiting.
night, everybody.
Good night, Mrs.
Good night.
Guido.
Good night, Batman.
Arch said
Batman.
good night, Batman.
Okay.
Camera's back here.
No flipping me off, please. I'm recording. See, Batman. She's just there and she's gone.
Disappears just in a
Telling
second.
you, telling you, she's Batman.
So I've got the webcam set up on a table, and the computer screen is the TV, which is like 8 feet away.
Yeah.
And she stepped in between the two and looked at the screen like she was looking at the camera. Like,
Nice.
I realized as I
back.
did it. I was like, wait, that's not the laptop.
So she's still a Batman in training, but she's getting there.
Right, right. Batman in training.
Robin?
No, that matters.
Good night.
Um,
I'm upstairs.
So if you remember how show politics works, a lot of it is based off of appearances, but in addition to that, actually taking advantage of other people is actually very much frowned on. Like the instance that you guys were going to do back during the heist forever ago. Where you're going to be like, we will give you this thing, belongs to another person. He won't actually try to negatively impact that one. He's not actually trying to steal it, in other words. He's not actually trying to take away from that other person. He just wants to be seen as the person who is giving to that other person, which will shame him and honor the first guy. That's the whole thing. So a Burun has to do something, well, not like that exactly, but they have to do something that shows that they are a giving, benevolent leader, worthy of the great legacy that is the Burun people who founded this mighty show empire. And there is a little history of that. I can share that if you want me to.
Sure.
Okay. The other three nations are actually quite recent, all things considered. They're a little over a century old, all told. The Navarre Confederacy obviously is technically older, just because a lot of those city-states existed, before. But of all the four nations, of the five nations, I should say, the actual oldest is the Show Empire, because the Burun, when they first were released, this is kind of spoiler info, but you guys already know most of this, when they were released from the mental control of the Scions 347 years ago, they pretty much walked right up and took command. But not, this is going to sound weird, but not in an egotistical, fascist, we're the superior race kind of a thing. The Burun were natural leaders. So they actually did gather a large group of people to them, and about 3 centuries ago got together, formed an organized thing which became the Show Empire, which was originally, the word show actually means conglomerate in Serpent. And the entire point behind that is, this is the empire of these people who were here. And originally it consisted of more races than just these three who are predominant at the moment. Over time, that we are natural leaders and we were the ones who took control, or we're the ones who led because we were natural at it, turned into we're the ones who are taking control because obviously we should be. And that's where their elitism comes from. It's a very passive, I'm trying to think of the way to put this, because it's a form of elitism that's not completely in your face about it. It's a form of elitism where they just naturally assume that a Burun is a better leader. And therefore all Burun should become leaders in some form or another. It's just their nature, right? Like a bird flies, a Burun leads, a fish swims. BioWare makes good games. Oh, wait. Anyways, so... but the point is that that's where that whole attitude comes from, and a lot of people in the Show Empire believe that. Not just the Burun. Even to this day, the establishment. I told you this a bit third when you were making your original Sclavi, that rigid traditionalism isn't just limited to the Burun. The Sclavi and the Moorsmen share it just about equally. Most Moorsmen believe that they are better suited to being workers and organizers and taskmasters, that kind of a thing. And most Sclavi believe they are better suited to actually being hard labor fighters, the lower caste of that. So it's usually the exceptions that are not like that. But anyways, point being, if you are a Burun, you aren't really a Burun until you've earned your last name, and some Burun just don't. You have actually already encountered, well, you were going to encounter one Burun who has not earned their second name. That was going to be the one you were stealing from, if you were going to go through that. So, world building. Yay.
Okay.
Cool.
So Hoshk-ite, having been convinced by the young boy, he thinks about it for a moment, and he says, what he's going to say, I'm going to try and do as much of this in character as I can, okay, so forgive me. All right, little man, I suppose they do things differently in the other territories. I'm guessing you're from the north? It doesn't matter, not a big deal. I'll go ahead and let you stay. We're going to be talking about some serious things. Sir, if your bodyguard would like to step out, I'm accepting of that as well. I don't want to, I don't want to bore him with the unnecessary details. You smell wonderful, by the way.
I'm assuming he's referring to Snarg as the bodyguard.
Yes. And the smell.
And the what?
Smell.
Oh,
Baroon have really good sense of smell.
so he's picking up on the traces of almond that are left.
Yes. Actually rolled to see if you would.
Well, if this involves the incident last night, perhaps I should be in on this. After all, I did head up that as part of the ground forces.
Well. And he just, like, looked flummoxed for a moment, because it looks like he's wanting to talk to an equal. I should make you roll knowledge politics to get this, but I'm just going to tell you this. He looks like he's wanting to talk to an equal, and he obviously doesn't feel like he is. Like, he is being relegated to lesser people, and as a result, the so-called equal, Z herself, is actually trying to shame him in this action, in typical show politics. So he's going to look a little bit disgruntled for a moment. As all this runs
I'm
through
going
his
to
mind.
step up whenever he starts to look disgruntled and say, I do apologize, sir, but Miss Becky, before she finally laid down because it was too much for her, strictly instructed me that I must keep him in the room with me at all times for my own safety.
All right, young man, there's no worry. What did you say your name was, young boy?
I apologize, sir. I did not. I have not been given my name yet.
I am so terribly sorry. And you, good Sir Noel, well spoken
This is
for a Noel, I must
Snarg
admit.
of Wildpaw.
Ah, excellent. It is wonderful to meet you, sir. Murgurgla, could you please ensure that I don't have any interruptions over the next 15 minutes, please? Thank you. And the Moorsman woman closes the door, and you hear this weird sound, and you can roll spellcraft if you want.
I'd love to. It's a 2.
All right. There was a weird sound.
That makes it an unnatural 20.
That'll be enough, actually. What you can tell is a weave was just put over the door, just the door, which will prevent, or at least hinder, I should say, sound from traveling through it. It will not create a total sound vacuum, but it will make it much harder for anyone outside to listen in. The mere fact that he has that, roll knowledge politics. I'm going to make you roll for this one.
That was an 18 plus 8.
Okay. The mere fact that he has that tells you that this man is not only very politically adept, but is probably very used to dealing with less than legal methods of doing things, whether he was dealing with the undermarket or otherwise. Shrug. By the way, you guys are in range of Guido.
Okay.
I wanted to clarify that. The other thing you get from that roll is that he probably is trying to keep whatever his interaction is with you guys as quiet as possible. You may make of that what you will. So, the enchantment goes off. He's sitting there and says, well, I suppose I'll get straight down to the point. You two have, you three, you five, how many of you are there total? If you don't mind my asking.
Lady Becky, myself, and Mr. Wildpaw are the 3 of us that are here.
I see. And that
And
deception
that's
roll.
not a lie.
Well,
because
True.
I am Z, and Snarg and I are the only ones here.
but it is a deception, so roll deception.
It's a 19,
Okay.
plus my 33, or whatever.
I see. Well, my apologies. The 3 of you have dealt with a rather amusing problem, and I'm curious what exactly your payment is going to be.
Payment.
Pause.
Oh,
Unpause. All right, so I demand an answer in 3 seconds. Oh, wait, hang on. He'll be sitting here doing the first. Where's my pillow?
Did you have something you wanted to say, Z?
I'm frozen.
I'm not with it 100%, so I'm gonna need help politicaling my way out of this, but I want the words to come from Z.
You mean
Z to
nameless.
say them, not Snarg to pick up and say them, because it's gonna insult this guy. I managed to convince him that, you know, that Lady Becky considered me, that I considered me to be,
The voice of you.
adaptive. Yes, to be the
Yes.
voice of me. And
I
You
get
are
what
the
you're saying.
voice of you.
Zception.
Oh my god. I should totally do that. Alright, next dungeon is going to be Inside Z, Inside Z.
that's going to be really screwed up.
Yes, it is. Alright, so
Doom.
he's just frozen there. He's actually gesturing, just kind of...
But
Lady Becky needs some clothing paid for.
Lady Becky no longer needs clothing paid for. She got that for free.
I thought it was okay.
She got fortunate.
I rolled really high on my bargaining, whatever skill I
Okay.
rolled on.
It was actually like 3 rolls total, but she was well.
I thought it was like an IOU. You'll pay them back or whatever. But whatever.
No,
Somebody roll knowledge politics. I don't care who.
it's an 8 plus 13.
got a 25.
We'll use. Wait, what's 8 plus 13?
21.
25 is more.
Guido, did you get better than 25?
It's not a class skill, and I have no points in it.
I'm thinking that might be a no. Snarg, it occurs to you that based on the way he's presenting himself, the way he's talking, the way he's gesturing, and the way he's arranged this meeting, especially so early in the morning, when he says, "What is your payment?" he basically intends to give you whatever, and then never acknowledge that you exist again. This is your one and only chance to deal with this guy at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of picked up on that. What I'm hoping to do here is maybe use this particular interaction as an in favor for our chicklet who are trying to get into the area.
Take possession of the diamond mine.
No, basically say
That
That would be a great idea
would
if a Comte
technically
could
work.
do that.
That would technically work.
A Comte doesn't have the authority to
Yeah.
do that.
but no, basically what I'm looking for would be to say, we did you a favor out of the kindness of our hearts. We're looking to be able to present a favor to such and such. Perhaps you could arrange a situation where where they might be able to make favorable deals in the area. That kind of thing. Basically, we did you a favor. We're trying to make ourselves look good for this person. Perhaps you could, arrange for us to be able to create basically give it, how the guard gave me a token that was like, okay, you can take this over to the vendor, and then I was able to talk my way into, in accordance with that token, talk my way into being able to, get those clothes for free. Same kind of deal. He gives us a voucher that we can take to her. That's basically like you can trade in this area voucher. I don't know how to phrase what I'm looking for. I'm hoping you're kind of picking up on what I'm trying to say. Maybe?
Can I throw out a suggestion?
Mhm.
How difficult would it be for someone in the public to get VIP tickets to the Valsenball game?
I'm assuming for him, not that difficult. So, what's your?
Someone? No. I said general public.
The general
Oh, general
public,
public.
excuse me, you're asking for VIP tickets from the general public, right?
Basically, for the mayor to get VIP tickets to the Valsenball game.
Why do we want VIP tickets to the Valsenball game?
Follow my logic. Hold on. We can then present those to what's her name?
Burley
Early?
Burley. Right.
of Ashenbless.
That makes us look good.
That's not a big enough favor to get her out of buying that diamond.
Well, no, it could be because getting to the VIP box is essentially where you get to make the big deals. Correct?
Exactly.
That is very interesting thinking.
That's basically saying, hey, I'm going to give you a ticket to the, lack of a better term, Millionaires Club. Do you want it?
Yep.
And
Exactly.
if you're a shrewd businessman, you say yes. So I like that. I like that train of thought.
No comment.
Would that be how it would work, though? I mean, I'm assuming that I would know enough about The politics.
Yes, that's actually very reasonable. Guido's idea is very sound.
Okay, what about my idea?
Your idea would be involve you getting a chop. Yes, I'm borrowing the term from FF12. No, I don't care.
I don't understand what you mean.
A chop is what you are asking about. The
I don't-
token of this matters to us. And then you give it to her, which means that she can then use that to barter her way into the town if she so felt like it.
Would it work? Which one is more viable, I mean?
How can I answer this without just telling you?
The way I see it, the tickets are probably have greater potential. The chop probably is less potential, but it's a more guaranteed thing.
The chop is a guarantee. He could just give you guys a chop and say go away. That would be your payment, by the way. You would get nothing else. Because the chop is actually a semi-valuable item. Same with the tickets, of course. Or the pass, or whatever you go for. By the way, go for a pass, not tickets. So...
Yeah, we don't need anything. Just
but he would. The thing is, if you give, I'll tell you this much: if you give her the tickets, she still has to get someone in order to do that, in order to get ingratiated and to do that. So she still has to do work. However, if you do the chop idea, she has to do work as well, arguably more work, because now she's just starting with, I have this, and this is my bargaining chip, in order to say that I deserve to do business
she's starting
in this area.
as
It's starting a
nobody
little
on the
more
street,
hostile.
Yeah,
as opposed to I'm with the big boys.
yeah.
Okay.
Both could work.
Is there... see, what I was going for here is more of a... It would be a big deal in this particular area to have a token of gratitude, which from the mayor, because he is extremely politically active based off of his last name, etc. That would hold weight. Having this token of gratitude.
If you're asking for something significantly more specific, like the mayor approves of her being here, you would have to basically arrange a thing where he would actually do a press conference, which would basically say, I am going to be inviting Burley, and that would involve time more than anything else. In other words, he would have to contact her, get a hold of her, get one of her agents out there, and be like, here, look, we are now, Lisk, or Hoshk, now have welcomed Apex Industries, or Apex Assembly, into Lishao. And then that would have the weight you are talking about.
I'd say go for the tickets, because here's the thing. If all else fails and she doesn't agree to it, we can still use those.
True. Well, you can.
Guido,
You know what I
I
mean.
don't recommend you go to the game.
We can still potentially get in there to get what we need accomplished. We don't really have the way to use the chop unless we just sell it to somebody else if she doesn't agree to it. That's what I'm thinking. So I guess another question is, are the passes is probably going to be worth about what we get for this job anyway, or can we? 'Cause, I mean, I've potentially seen jobs like this before from where I come from. So would this be like, how much would they expect in payment for this?
See, the problem is I'm debating if you have an idea of how valuable VIP bid tickets are, even roughly.
I would. I'm a huge Bowson Ball fan.
That's true. Roll flat end.
One. Yeah, it's a 17 plus 4, 21.
Okay, that is enough. You know that if you're getting season passes, which I am assuming,
Yes.
it would be foolish not to, that will be way more valuable than the service you just did by a decent margin. So you will have to talk him into it, but it is definitely a valuable reward, at least from his perspective. In terms of raw gold, it's certainly a lot.
I think it would be better to ask for a lot more than, especially from a person like this, ask for a lot more than what the job is worth, because that tells him that we think that he's very fluent.
I don't know that I agree with you.
And it's just good bargaining anyway. So,
Okay. If we're in agreement that the passes are the way that we want to go, I have no objection to that.
okay.
Oh yeah, he was frozen like this. So as I was saying, are you okay? You looked like you had a headache there for a second.
I'm very sorry. Miss Becky
Long night.
did not let me sleep.
Oh, of
before
course, I understand
came.
completely. Fear not, our business will soon be done once you determine exactly what payment you require.
Well, sir, Miss Becky she's a ginormous Bowsenball fan.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that word.
She's a really big Bowsenball fan.
Like as big as
She's-
I am, or, just...
She has done nothing but talk about Bowsenball since we got here.
Mm-hmm.
And
I can't buy you a Valson ball team, I'm sorry, there's too many regulations.
oh no, that would just be far too much, sir. I couldn't ask you to do that, but she's planning on touring this area fairly regularly through the Bowsenball season this year, and she was really wanting to go to as many games as she could. Perhaps you could arrange for a season pass for her?
Oh, season pass, that would be easy, yes, done, definitely. Let me just get my paperwork here to make your non-VIP season pass ready.
That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say a VIP.
Oh, a VIP pass?
Can you retcon that to make it just so that I said VIP the whole time?
Aw, but I liked playing with it. Because he totally would just, oh yeah, season pass here, go, get out of my office. It's just done.
Done and done. Stamp.
Yeah, seriously. A VIP pass. Just for her, I imagine, since of course you would
Of course, sir,
appreciate
no.
such a basketball. And I'm sure...
Well, no, I'm learning a great deal about Bowsenball. It's a fascinating sport, but
I know, right? Just the other day, you don't want me to get derailed, and I don't want to bore your poor bodyguard. I'm sure he knows nothing about house and ball. No offense, sir.
he's
I know it's-
having a difficult time learning.
It is quite a difficult sport, very complicated. However,
Biting my tongue.
one VIP season pass. That is quite a difficult thing to do. Quite a. I'm not sure if Madame Becky has the. There's a French term I'm thinking of.
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. Thank
I
you.
don't know what that means.
To
It means there's a word for this that I can't think of.
no. Damn it, I'm gonna have to look this up.
No, actually, it does mean something very similar to that. I can't actually think of what it is, but it is very similar to that.
Je ne sais quoi. What? Je ne sais quoi literally means I don't know what.
There's a certain something.
Yeah. In context, I am using it as in she has to be acting as though she is high society and belong with high society in order to be in the VIP room. So I'm not sure if she has the certain, the s'il vous plaît, because that's totally. I used to know better French a lot better than I do right now. Bertisk voya, britisk fem, di, da.
You're in Russian.
Third, your camera's not moving.
Really?
Now it's moving. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it isn't.
He's all fuzzy for
Yeah,
me.
you are just really low quality all of a sudden.
Oh, I'm not sure what it is. I'm coming in fine at my end from what I can see in the preview. So, do you want me to reconnect?
No, that always screws up everything. It looks like it's hammering onto us. Okay, so I'm not sure if Lady Becky of Brackwater would be. This is your line.
Oh, sir, I quite assure you that Lady Becky is a very whatever
Astute.
the heck you just said, lady.
High class, high
High
society.
class.
She no, how I'm going to phrase this is, sir, Lady Becky is a lady in 100% of the word. There is no one classier than she.
Of distinguishment and taste, you say?
Yes, sir.
Well, I suggest.
She also has a very kind heart, which is
Does she?
where I and Mr. Wildpaw came in.
Ah, that explains so much. You are a lucky fellow, Sir Noel.
Yes, we both are.
You're frozen again, by the way, and you're making the weirdest face while you're frozen. You're just like doing this glare face. Snarg is now glaring.
He's glaring because I agreed that we were both not high class.
Oh my god. 30, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we'll just assume that you're in glare mode for the rest of this session.
Okay.
I've got him as just
Oh,
this
he's back.
disinterested, just
No, don't do that. You'll freeze there. Okay.
I can't see the cameras right now, so I have no clue what you guys are laughing at.
Well, dear young boy, I'm afraid that I am going to have to ask you to roll diplomacy in order to convince me of this matter. Keep in mind, he has a lot of diplomacy. And you didn't have Kool-Aid today.
What she
Whatever.
I didn't have
have-
Kool-Aid last time. That was a 17 plus... What is my diplomacy? 13. So that makes it a 30.
Hmm.
Can I assist by not saying anything?
Yes.
Actually, you can, and I believe the specific rules is you get to add a d6 to that, if I'm not mistaken.
Woo!
It's technically a +2 for 3.5 rolls, I believe.
Oh, you're right, it is. I usually do a d6.
Okay. Do you want me to roll to... Do you want me to do the assist DC? Which is 15,
Yeah.
I believe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this DC? Then
Oh, yeah.
D6 to add?
11 plus 7.
Okay. Guido, I'll even let you do it if you want to.
What, this is a diplomacy.
For not being
Yeah.
there.
Well, he's linked, so he could be like, hey, you do this real quick. Phrase this word like this. Say this word softer.
So that would be an unnatural 20.
Okay. So roll a d6 to see what you add. Third
Plus
is
5.
frozen, so I don't know what he said. No, I see it. It's 5. Okay. 2. That will actually be enough. I rolled high. Well, I didn't roll high. I actually rolled medium. I rolled a... Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. Point being, you will make it with all of you assisting. The young boy puts on a superb performance. And so he says, please, I'd like some more. And he says, okay, fine. Given the circumstances and for your stellar valor in taking care of the despicable fake lace-lice drug trade, I'm afraid that I have no choice but to go ahead and remind you that I just said fake, and that should be a revelation to you guys.
Yes.
I'm making
I'm
sure
not
everyone
saying-
caught it, because I
I'm
just kind
not-
of slid that into my words there.
I'm not doing an outburst. That's part of the diplomacy.
Okay. But given your assistance in uncovering this operation and the no doubt region-wide repercussions for the provincial trading company within the area, I suppose I can go ahead and assist in this matter. Say, here you are. It's written in a really flowery script.
She used to be a doctor.
No, flowery, not incomprehensible. There's a difference.
Not incomprehensible chicken scratch.
Yes, there's a difference between flowery and chicken scratch. Very well. If
Indecipherable.
and he goes and he has some Sluggo Cola. If there will be nothing else,
We thank you very much for your time, sir. Lady Becky will much appreciate this.
I imagine she will. And then you don't actually see him doing anything. However, the door opens and Murgurgla comes back in.
Or Gurgla, that's her name.
That is her name.
That is brilliant.
Murgurgla of Brackwater, actually.
Better leave before she recognizes or doesn't recognize you.
I don't know you! And so, she does the thing. Anyways, she comes in and just basically gestures, ushering you out.
To get you, Barbara.
I'll take the rear guard.
Okay. You leave. Now what do you do?
I want to recoup my mana, so...
Did you hear what that was all about?
What was all about?
Busted up a fake lace slice?
Oh, you're talking to me in character.
Yes.
We're doing this thing called role-playing right now, sis. Now, I know you've never actually heard of
Wait,
this
hang
or
on.
done
I've
it
been
ever.
like, did you hear what this is about?
There you go. That's better.
You gotta do the shoulder thing, too.
Yeah.
I can't do the tongue like you do. I don't have that long of a tongue, but there you go.
Are you saying Snarg has a long tongue?
No, I'm saying he has a dog's tongue. There's a difference.
Quick question for you, Arch.
What's up?
Did I recover my combat action point from the grabbing onto the lace vehicle?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
You have not had, in 4th edition rules terms, a long rest yet.
Okay.
I think they do it in
Well.
5th edition too, don't they? Yeah, whatever.
Well, little boy. I
Yes, stupid Noel.
Actually, I'm still bigger than you.
Surprise attack round. You can take her in one round if you're quick.
I can actually.
Only he just pissed me off, so.
Well, listen, I might be. Maybe you should take the ticket and get back to the room. We can find out what to do next. Get some sleep, whatever. I want to check out I forgot the name of it, the station, and see what her name. Lorerunner. See what Lorerunner Silver's here uncovered about this, because I'm wondering why they were running a fake thing here. And also, I want to see if I can get my Valson ball back.
Where'd your Valsenball go?
Oh, I kind of used it to find out about this whole thing.
It's evidence.
Yeah. Plus, honestly, they probably killed him.
Well, that means that he didn't run away with it. Anyway, I just want to find out what a dead corpse lying across the ground. I want to find out what was kind of going on with that, because... All right, sound fair?
Sounds fair. I'll take
Yeah.
this back and make sure our resident desolate and killing isn't killing.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Guido, you are being attacked by a rabid bunch of lemmings.
That's
Lemmings.
What they're doing is they're just walking at you in a straight line, but every now and again one of them will just pull out a pickaxe out of nowhere and just dig down for a bit. One of them will pull out a little parachute. One of them will put down bricks in front of them, like making a staircase. It's really weird.
Quick, tap one until he puts his hand up like this.
And as soon as you do that, he goes, "Oh no!"
No.
I can't do my voice that high. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I am assuming, of course, that you were eating the hallucinogen.
Zan said she didn't get any for me.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
He asked and I refused to get them for him.
Okay. Well, then there are no lemmings. I'm sorry. Okay, you burst in the room, and Guido goes immediately back to sleep because he's really tired.
Oh, me too.
And then
I'm just going to kind of fall over and go sleep.
Okay. Snarg. It's
Yes.
about 8 in the morning now.
Okay. Well, I'm doing exactly what I said. I want to head down to the station to find a little more about what we busted last night.
All right, so you make it to the station. It is abuzz with activity. They actually have people in the jail for once. And then it says,
Yep.
"Can I help you?" It's some random Moorsman. It's just,
Yeah, and kind of look around and see if there's someone I actually recognize.
nope.
Nope. I was wondering if Lorerunner or the other guy who I met before was here. I need to talk with him.
Lorerunner, his rank, I don't remember because I'm incredibly stupid.
That's sorry. I'll ask Lorerunner of Silver's here. I won't use first names, but
I was actually going to ask because that is slightly irrelevant. She is a Marspawn. No, she's a Marsban. Excuse me. She's an officer.
okay.
She's a dessert?
Yes.
So, Marspan, Lorerunner of Silver's here.
I'm afraid the Marsban is currently out. I do not know. This guy looks like he's just dead and tired.
Mhm.
I'm terribly sorry, sir. If you'd like to leave a message or some kind of report, we have other officers who can deal with any local disputes. Some of the militia are available if you have a violent disruption. He just kind of starts going down this list like it's a speech he said recently.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's just
Right.
doing the checklist. Have you tried rebooting it yet?
Well, I've just tried, but it just won't. It's like a little mouse. No, all right. Gotcha. She's not here. She's probably dealing with the site.
Yeah, I'm afraid that, if you want to learn anything else, you have to roll awareness. That's
Okay.
just ultimately required.
Got stuff falling down. All right.
Stuff falling down gives you -2.
He didn't say dice.
That's okay. That's 25.
25. You can tell that your ogre friend is here right now. The guy you still have marked.
Oh.
The guy you still have marked.
Well, is the effect from last time still on me?
Which effect?
I considered him to be essentially a step.
No.
Towards friend. Okay.
No. That has faded over the last several hours. In addendum, he smells alive.
He smells alive.
He is not dead.
Right.
He
Okay.
was
I just.
dead before.
I would think they'd be holding a dead guy in their cell, but.
Just saying. And I don't think that's high enough to... What's it?
I know he had feigned death, but I had seen through it and announced it to the group, so...
My point here is that it was actually within feasibility, given how show military works, that they would have just rounded him up and executed him on the spot. The mere fact that he is alive at all several hours later says something. Not sure what, because you only rolled a 25, and your knowledge of politics is terrible.
That's not bad. I think it's the best in the party.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. You have to do it in Eeyore voice, though.
Okay. Well, I got a 28 on that. I
Okay.
suppose that's not good enough, though.
Actually, 28 is good enough. Eeyore. Come on, stop being so pessimistic. You can tell pretty quickly, especially as this Moorsman is just droning on, and you just kind of start zoning out and start sniffing around and listening, and putting a few pieces together in your head. It's very likely that the so-called ringleaders of whatever was going on have brokered a deal. You have no idea what kind of deal, of course, but the only reasonable explanation for why they are still alive and have not already been summarily executed for lay slice, fake or not, is that a deal has been thusly brokered. You also rolled high enough to put another piece of the puzzle in there, and that's the fact that I mentioned the Provincial Trade Company earlier.
Okay.
You may determine from that what you will, but it occurs to you that that might be connected.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Guido, you are dreaming about butterflies.
What am I dreaming about?
Lemmings.
I'm guessing the butterflies are attacking me.
Of course they are. They hate you.
Yeah.
You are the antithesis of butterflyiness. Butterfluffers.
No, he needs to be attacked by fish.
That'll happen later.
See, if I had the crispy critters, then I would not be having nightmares.
That's true.
It's
Alright,
okay.
so-
I'm having a dream that you're being attacked by lemmings.
Well, I can't really talk to this guy because I have no idea if he'd actually tell me the truth or not.
He's actually still
So-
reciting his speech.
Yeah.
7 years ago.
Oh no, I'm talking to the ogre.
Make sure you
Talk about the
unplug. Oh, the ogre? Man, he only has a deception that dwarfs hers.
Yeah. So there's like
With
no
no gear on.
With no gear.
Yeah, so like,
I am
right.
dumping my next 7 levels into order.
well, I'll just ask the guy straight. So why is the ogre still alive?
Huh? What? Ogre? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not even gonna roll deception because he's a terrible liar.
Ah.
I rolled a natural 1. What are you
Just
talking
asking-
about? Ogres.
I'm just
man.
asking. Look, I was.
You know
part
what?
of the operation
I don't.
last
I don't
night,
like
so-
ogres personally. I mean, they stink. I know gnolls
look.
stink, but like they're a bad stink. Like, I mean, not that gnolls are a bad stink. Ogres are a bad stink. Gnolls
Here,
are a
you know
good
what?
stink. You smell
I
like
know.
almonds, actually, and I love that almond smell. And I just really want to
You know,
compliment you on it, sir. And
There's
I'm.
an old recipe that I used to have for getting over a really hard night.
Uh huh.
I think you ought
Yeah.
to try it. Here. You ready for it?
Please tell me you're not going to attack an officer.
No, I'm
in-
giving him water.
Oh, is this poison, sir? Oh my god! Don't try to poison me. Okay. Oh my god! It's anti-Morsman poison. I knew it. Z has cloaked herself.
She's sleeping.
I can see a shadow moving in the background.
Yeah, I could see her like moving there. Oh, there's a hand.
Yep.
Whoa. She really is Z now. This is what happens when she rolls well under her stealth.
So I'll be like, all right, might as well just drink this water and take your
No,
pause.
no need to push, sir. I understand. Don't make me call, official security personnel of militariness. Actually, there is a soldier coming over right now, and he looks a lot more serious. He says, "Is this Noel troubling you, sir?" Yes. He won't. He's trying to force feed me something, and he tried to poison me, and maybe it
He's
wasn't-
really wanted his deception.
he's rolling on in his deception. He's like, and the soldier just kind of goes, and turns to you and says, "Sir, please leave the premises."
I give him a look like, oh, the people you hire here. I'll drink the water myself and go away.
Hang on.
Uh-huh. Okay, thank you. Give a little pat and walk out.
And then he falls over dead.
Oh no!
So,
All right.
now what?
Do they have anyone at the site? Can I even get to the site right now?
It is completely walled off. You could try to stealth in. It'll be harder than what you did last night.
Okay. And no one guarding it that I know.
No.
Okay. It's not important enough to try and sneak into a military criminal site or whatever.
Okay.
So I'll go back to the hotel.
Okay. You see Guido, who is basically sprawled out across two beds because you actually only got a 2-bed room and you didn't get a Lugian-sized room.
So he got another room the other night.
Yeah, I'm going back to my room. I don't want to see
that's
that.
right.
Lugian.
Okay, right. Never mind. So you go back to the hotel and you hear Guido snoring from your room.
All right.
Half the hotel is banging on the door. Shut up. No, I'm kidding. You don't hear anything. You're there. You're fine.
All right.
You sleep.
I'm going to try to get a little bit of sleep. Yes.
Everyone sleeps. It is now 2 in the morning, and by 2 in the morning, I mean 2 in the afternoon.
Okay. At least a little while.
Bam! 2 p.m. Everyone's awake. Now what?
Well,
Did we recover mana and
Mana's
action
back.
point?
AP's back. You're refreshed. You're gonna have to deal with your health yourselves.
I shouldn't take any damage last time.
Wait, I think you took some glass damage.
Well, maybe I did. It would have recovered naturally anyway. It was that
I
low.
know. The glass shoved its way
I
back
did
out of
get
your
hit.
paws.
Exactly.
Wolverine style. So it is now 2 in the afternoon on Wednesday, the 12th. You
Okay.
have in your possession, somebody write that down, by the way, the VIP tickets.
Okay.
Where's my map real quick? Your turn
So you're
in.
muted. You're muted.
What? Is this talking?
Yes.
I don't see her talking.
She was a second ago.
Am I unmuted now?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
I am putting them in mine. Did I get more than one ticket?
No, it is only one. It is a ticket for one person
How do
for
you spell Valsenball?
Valcin. If you can't spell the rest, I don't love you anymore.
Is it one word or 2 words?
One word.
Valsenball season pass.
No.
VIP season pass.
VIP.
I
season
put V.
pass.
I did put VIP. VIP Valsenball season pass.
Right. That is kind of important, but okay. Now to
Pause.
rob you. No, what is going to happen next? Well, hang on. You know, Z knows specifically that your turn-in point is actually at a city called Kashino, which is a fair. It's pretty much straight west of you. I'd say about a 3 days journey normally on foot. There are, of
Okay.
course, other methods to get there. You can hire a taxi, you can run it, you can do whatever. That's where you're going to meet your agent, your contact, your handle. There we go. They're your handler. And say, hey, we're done.
Are we done?
Well, that's a good question, because all you have right now is the tickets. You could go to the handler and say, here's the ticket. Or you could go to her and say, here's the ticket.
That was actually what I was going to ask everyone. I think it would probably be better if we actually tried to track her down and give it to her. Otherwise, I mean, that guy, the contact, is going to have to be in a really nice mood in order to say we're done.
I'm not opposed to tracking her down, but I, of course, can't be involved with the actual discussion.
I don't want her to meet me if I can keep my hands out of it.
Okay. So.
I'm sorry, by the way, I actually gave you the wrong city. Your turn-in place is actually Lanzhou. My apologies. That's kind of important because she actually lives in Casino.
Okay.
I got those swapped. My bad.
So, I mean, I think we should probably just head to Casino and offer the trade.
Oh, it
Yes?
looks like I'm outvoted here.
Well, I mean, like I said, I can't be involved with the discussion when it occurs, but...
Speaking of which, are you discussing this in character?
Yeah.
Snarg, roll willpower.
Okay.
Yeah.
I fail.
What did you get exactly? Give me a number.
Natural 1.
Oh, God. Alright, here's how this is going to go down. You all wake up, it's 2 after the afternoon, you get a meal. You're feeling pretty good. You know, I mean, you're kind of irritated because you didn't figure out what was going on with the thing, and you're going to have to follow up on that news channels elsewhere if you ever want to figure out what happened, so whatever. But at least you got the ticket, and you're ready to go, and all we have to go is go turn this thing, and you get in there, and you see Z and Guido eating, and Guido is like, he's got a fork, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's holding it like this. And this just sets you off. Like, the moment you see him, you are so angry at how incorrectly he is holding his fork. And it's all you can fixate on. And you hate him. And you just slam the door and turn around and just walk right out.
Okay.
And then do whatever from that point on. So Guido and Z, you see Snarg literally open the door and then just give this really disgusted sound like, and slam the door and walk.
Snort up.
And then stomp off.
So...
I'm going to finish my meal.
Me too.
Snarg, what are you doing?
I'm going to go take a walk because I don't want to be anywhere near this place right now.
Stomp.
You know, to cool off a bit, because when you see somebody holding a fork just like that,
It's terrible.
you just have to cool down a bit, because otherwise you're just going to go ballistic.
Yep,
It's something that could happen to anyone.
I agree.
And,
Roll awareness.
okay. Oh, bomb. No, it's not super bad. 23.
That's actually enough to get across what I want. As you're stomping, stewing, I mean, God, who taught him his manners? Yeah. It occurs to you that given what just happened, there should be talk as you're passing people, discussing in the streets and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't. There is no rumors, no discussions, nothing whatsoever about what happened the previous night.
There's not even anything in the news, nothing?
Nope.
Are the show generally that good about covering something like that up?
Roll knowledge politics.
Okay. 14.
They might be. I mean, you haven't heard about this happening before, so maybe that's indicative. If you think about it.
It's true.
I should switch this back to the city picture.
Well, I'm not the one to start spreading rumors about stuff and get myself noticed, so I'll continue stewing around. I'll take a little bit, now that it's been a little bit, I'll have my stroll go by the site and the station just to see if there's anything different happening there.
All right, the club is shut down. There's no military blockade anymore. There's nothing, actually. There's just the place is shut down. The station does not seem to be a buzz of activity. It's just normal. You
Okay.
catch the eye of the guard from earlier who just kind of looks at you and goes,
I saw someone holding the fork wrong.
"Oh, I understand completely." Like, there's this guy the other day, he does this whenever he's eating.
Oh, don't even let me look at that. No. No, I just thought, I'm stewing.
Yeah.
It's been a bad day.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Z and Guido have finished their meal. Barbecued gopher legs on a stick.
Not much meat on those.
If
They
you,
give you a giant plateful.
yeah, it's
Like
like a
popcorn.
platter. They also have a platter of moss biscuits.
Moss.
Biscuits. With syrup.
So lichen.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I'm sure as the Lugan, I like it.
Tastes good. Very sweet. Like really sweet. Like candy sweet.
Crunch.
I'll
crunch,
stick with the
crunch.
legs.
They also have something that isn't terrible. Bacon beer.
Oh,
It's beer, then you just drop bits of bacon in it.
It kind of is. They just cook
Um,
the bacon in the beer, and then they keep the beer. And then they drink it and eat the bacon in the beer.
so
Just
there's
lots of
actually
grease
a
flowing in it.
brewery. There's actually a brewery in Oregon, Rogue
no.
Brewery, that does a bacon beer.
Why?
It's yeah.
Yeah, here's some bacon beers that actually exist. That's terrible. And kind of gross, actually.
Yeah.
I can't speak German, but... yeah, anyways. So, you have finished your meal of not bacon beer.
Z, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, before Snarg had a hissy fit and stormed off, I was outvoted. So I guess I'm gonna go prepare to turn in the key for us departing and go hunt up Snarg.
You want me to meet you outside of town?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. If you want to stealth it up or teleport, that's up to you. Just make sure you teleport someplace that's recognizable.
Do we want to do the same location that I went to before?
No, that place is probably crawling with hippies again.
Damn.
I didn't have a problem with it before.
Yeah, you did.
The bear didn't have a problem with him before.
Like I said.
After the stalking around probably led me to one place where I've actually had some straight and friendly talk in this entire town, and that would be Hillcrest Plaza. I want to see if Keldamir's around, just doing his stuff.
Well, as I mute myself, as you're stomping over there, you don't smell like almonds anymore, by the way.
Oh, oh well.
You roll diplomacy to get
Okay.
in.
Will they not take my pass?
It was a one-time pass,
Oh, okay.
but they do recognize you, so you can actually roll diplomacy and be like, "Hey,
26.
that's enough." So, after some commentary about your current scent, they allow you in.
Okay.
And you go in and you're like, "Ha-ha! Wait, where do you live again?"
It's at Hillcrest Plaza.
Oh, that's right, this way. You stomp off that way. Oh, I hate everything. That is how you're walking, right? Just give me an
Exactly.
excuse to fling
I-
guards at you. I'm okay with
No,
this.
no, no, no. I'm not going in with malice. I'm actually kind of happy because this is one thing that I saw in town that was actually, oh, that's pretty cool. I want to see this again.
All right. Well, as it happens, you make your way over to his place, and this is actually the first time you've actually seen his place. If you remember last time, you didn't make it all the way. You were stopped by like the block party that was going on. His place looks kind of like a fortress. It is one of the most well sealed in locations you've seen that isn't an actual military location, probably ever, actually. You yourself would have a really hard time trying to get in there. You probably could, but, it's just, wow. It just kind of blows you away. It's like, okay, wow. That's where Keldamir lives, right. Sure. And as it happens, he is actually out outside the walls, talking with several of his friends, just kind of chatting out there, and he's kind of got a Valsen ball that he's doing this thing with, like up on the elbow, and then comes back and he rolls it up on the hand, doing this thing, just trying to keep his coordination going.
Okay. Well, I'll start walking up to the group, and if he notices me, I'll wave to him.
Hey, my old friend, and he bops the ball at you.
Okay.
And you
How
roll.
are you supposed to catch him?
Oh, well, you get to roll intelligence first, then.
I mean, I'm assuming that would be one of the things I learned in the basics, but...
We'll find out.
Oh, that is a 22.
Okay, you know for a fact that you're actually supposed to catch it in a similar looping fashion, so you could, like, do this, for example. Or, if you're really good, you can do something like that.
Okay. I'll go for the basics. I'm not trying to
All
show
right. Go ahead and roll flat dexterity.
dexterity. Okay. It's a 19.
That's enough. So you go whoosh, and you toss it right back at him.
Yes.
He says, awesome! Good to see you're catching on a bit. What's up, my old friend? What was your name again?
Snarg of Wildpaw.
Wildpaw, that's right. Wildpaw.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. How you doing, sir? Shake hand, shake hand. So, I've decided to kill you. Stab.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. I would never do that. That's terrible. So, what's been going on? Hey, how you been? You look like you're in a
man.
bad mood. You okay?
I tell you what,
Listen,
I have been having a bad day.
I'll tell you exactly what'll cheer you up. Hang on.
What?
And then he does this sleight of hand. Actually, gonna roll for this. He's gonna do a deftness roll,
Okay.
and he rolls really well. So he actually, basically, he does this thing with the ball, and while he's doing it, he actually slips some pieces of paper into your pocket or whatever, or your sleeve or whatever's available. Says, "There you go. That should cheer you up a bit."
Did I actually see it happen?
Roll awareness against his sleight. You rolled pretty good.
Yeah, I got a 24.
Nope.
I was like, that was a cool trick. Yeah, but-
Thanks. Yeah, make sure you check later.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, I know, right? I've been practicing a few things. My father didn't, and he immediately cuts himself off, like he realizes he shouldn't talk about his father. Anyways, so I'm sorry about that. So maybe that'll cheer you up a bit. I really hate to do this. I actually got to get going. I got to go get to practice.
Oh, well. That's
But I
fine.
hope to
was
see
hoping
you.
to
I
talk
hope to see you in
because-
April when we get started.
Oh, I'll try to make it if I can.
Awesome, Brofus.
Yeah.
Awesome. Peace.
Well,
And he wanders off.
oh, okay. That's when a guy's next to me. Does he always just meander off like that?
Oh yeah, he's pretty much always on the move.
Oh.
I never get to see his house though. I mean, obviously I can see it now.
I don't think anyone gets to see his house.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez Louise. He's got some kind of Sherpa prince in there or something, right? Or maybe he is a Sherpa prince.
I don't know. Did he just get this since he became MVP or something?
Oh no, this has been here since forever. Few years.
Family house?
Well, it's been here at least, I don't know, 20 years, something like that.
Yeah. He doesn't. You notice he doesn't seem to like to talk about his anything aside from Valsen Ball.
That's because Valsen Ball is awesome. Did you see that practice game last night? Where
I was a little bit occupied. I think. I don't know. All right, they're just chatting among themselves like hens, I imagine. So.
Yeah. And then he did that thing, and then he grabbed it, and he was, oh my god, he did the slide, it was great. And then then they looked at you as one, like, waiting for a reaction.
I'm actually going.
My god, it's Batman! Guys, we just met Batman.
You open this.
Oh my God, he's there! He's there! Okay.
No, I'm actually curious. I mean, did he go off in a direction that I could just follow him? I'm not trying to do it stealthily. I'm just.
Yeah, you can follow him.
I'm just curious where he's going.
He is heading in a direction that doesn't really seem to indicate much. He looks like he's just heading towards the residential, more residential.
Okay. I'll head that way. If he sees me, I'll wave to him because I want to talk to him a bit more.
Well, after you go a bit further and turn another corner, you realize you haven't fallen that far behind, but you can't see him anymore.
Oh. Does he still have a trail?
Well, you're going to have to roll for that.
Yes.
And he's not marked.
This means I don't get
Because you're still marked to that stupid ogre.
I don't
Like,
think
it's gonna be like 3 months from now, and he's smart again, and you're like, so.
So the marked guy, he's actually he's in a
technically
bar.
I'm not marked to anyone now because I successfully brought him in.
Oh wow! Okay, congrats. You're not marked. You're marked to Z now.
Oh,
Z is not anywhere near you.
I thought she was looking for him actively.
I am.
well, survival will be a 31.
All right, you find his trail leading into some bushes.
Is he in the bushes?
No,
Okay, I just want to make sure he wasn't like.
he was trying to be super mysterious, so he just just darts in there. He's the Batman in training.
What's around these bushes? Is it?
Well, if you go around there, you notice that it's kind of it's not a hedge maze so much, but the bushes do obscure a lot of the vision from the street towards that area. It's like there's wall from the house, whatever house that is, and then there's bush, and you're like in this alleyway here thing. It's really narrow. In fact, you're actually going to have a hard time even fitting there at all without just shoving bush aside. His trail does go in that direction and then around a corner for some distance past that point. I'm actually going to have to require you to roll something to make it through there at all.
Okay, what is?
Unless you just want to pull out your sword and start hacking down the local lawn.
No. No.
I'll be back in just a moment.
Okay.
All right, what is this? Something you want me to roll?
Well, do you want to brute force it? Do you want to try to acrobatics it? Do you want to try to... I guess that's it.
Can I jump it?
No.
They're that high.
It's not so much height as in you would jump it and then you'd succeed and you would still not be where you want to be.
Okay. Sure, I can try acrobatics.
Do
I
it.
suppose.
Do it to it.
It comes out to 22.
That is enough. So you'd carefully, you're actually kind of halfway up on the wall here, just kind of shimmying along it, trying to squeeze your way through here. Okay, you make it around the corner, and you see this goes on for a while because it just surrounds the house. And so you're looking down around the edge here of the wall, and you notice the path going down there, and you're like, okay. I could roll another survival, but it'd be at a huge penalty.
Okay.
I can do this.
Better than last time. 34.
24 is actually not going to be enough.
34.
Minus 10.
Oh, okay.
However, that is close enough that you are damned sure that his trail does keep going this way, but then you just kind of lose it after you're looking a few feet down the way. It's like, where'd he go?
All right.
And you can keep go around the corner and then kind of keep going if you want to, like this.
And you kind of cut out.
What?
You went away from the mic.
Oh.
Well, if I'm reasonably sure, I've lost the trail, so I can't follow him further. But I'm reasonably sure he went this way somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave him a note.
Okay. What's it going to say, just roughly?
And say, roughly, deal kill the mayor. Sorry we didn't get to talk a little bit more. You're like the first positive person I have talked to in weeks. I'd appreciate it, just talking some more. I hope you have a good practice. Sincerely, Snark Wildpaw.
Okay. So you leave that there, nestled in the bush. It'll stay there nice and fine. And you, get away. Actually, roll acrobatics again.
Okay. 25.
Okay, that's enough. So you make your way back. You are now like covered in bristles and leaves on the side that was exposed to the bush.
Like, oh, this is more like it. No, I'm going to pick that out.
Meanwhile, GM Fiat Z has found you.
Oh, okay.
What form
they're
are you in
picking-
right now, Z? Okay, so an adult woman approaches.
Okay. Is this one you've used around me before, Z?
I only have two magical forms: adult form and kid form. Kid form, I changed my style of clothing and my hairstyle to make me look either male or female. Adult form has an extremely large bosom. I can't squish that enough to make me look male.
Unless she's a Burun.
So I say, oh, I see you have a particularly large bosom. You must be Z. No.
I smack you across the face.
You get some
No,
like
no.
leaves out of there.
No, actually, you come across me and I'm just picking out some of the bush from one side of my fur.
I'm going to need to send you for a bath again, aren't I?
That's okay.
Come on, let's go. Let's get you your bath.
But he worked so hard on that.
No.
Now, which scent do you want to be scented this time?
Well, I kind of like the almond scent last time.
Almond it is. See, what scent are you getting?
Pomegranate.
Kiwi
I
strawberry.
want a scent that entitled a refreshing, something that means, being refreshed and preparing for
Battle.
travel.
That's what I was going to say.
Preparing for travel?
war.
Yeah.
That would be blood wine. No, we'll go ahead and say that because I haven't actually thought about that one. We'll make that...
Lemon.
No, lemon's taken, I'm afraid. However,
Raspberry.
that's taken too.
Purple.
You smell like purple now.
Smell like the color 9.
Yes. You smell... Oh, I've got it. You smell like acai berries, or how the hell are you supposed to pronounce this?
Acai.
So that's what you smell like now. So you now smell like acai berries. You smell like almonds. Guido, you smell like dead hippies because you've been killing them all day.
Woohoo!
And bear.
And bear. You had
And mosquitoes.
and mosquitoes. How are you rendezvousing and how are you traveling?
Well, is there a caravan or
Yes, there's plenty of transits you can purchase.
how long does your ring last though, Guido?
1 hour per use.
Oh,
I
man.
have 2 uses.
That's like not nearly long enough to do any transportation with anyone else.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
I guess, unless somebody can think of a. I know what we could do.
Now,
All right, this is a little bit risky. We could potentially get a wagon, put you inside of that, and then go along with something that's a little faster.
I used to have a wagon.
We've had.
And then you took an
had
arrow
like
to the knee.
2 or 3 wagons.
No, we have a. Don't we have one?
Not
I
at
thought
the
we
moment.
parked one here.
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay.
You
We
have
have a
not had a
boat.
wagon. You have a boat, which is long gone, by the way.
That wasn't even ours.
Yeah, actually, you have a life raft. Let's actually be more clear.
So, not to screw
Hey,
myself
life raft
over here.
works on rivers.
It does.
Not to screw myself over, but how interested is Snarg in actually helping me right now?
Not.
Well, I was waiting to see how you were convening to determine how the will save was going to go. Because there isn't going to be another one.
Trying not to think. That's what the whole walk was about. Trying to talk with somebody else.
Suddenly, see Guido!
Uh-oh.
No, I'm going to actually kind of request that Guido be stealthed for a while
Okay.
while we're walking along until Snarg kind of gets better.
Okay. So, just to clarify, you too are heading to the outskirts of town where Guido is waiting in cloak. And then you're going to travel for an hour. And then Guido's going to appear.
Yeah.
And then Snarg's going to roll will save.
Yep.
How far can we get in an hour if we're walking?
I don't know. Not to the new town. You make your way to the Little Wanderer Inn on the road. It's built just
Well, I'm
for
assuming we're
mites.
only traveling for. I'm assuming we're traveling, for the day. We're not just traveling for an hour.
Well, yeah, but Guido appears after an hour is the important part.
Right.
Oh,
Uh,
I've told Snarg that Guido is gonna be meeting up with us really soon. So
Oh, okay.
it's not like he's just there. I mean, it is like he's just there, but
Well, that
So
does
as soon
change
as
the
you
DC
mention
slightly.
that,
Yeah, that does change the DCs slightly. You get a first roll and then a second roll, so depending on how the first roll goes. Before I go into that, though, however, just to make absolutely clear, are you going to the rendezvous point or to the Lady Burley?
I thought we were going to the Lady Burley.
I got outvoted.
Guido?
I was saying we might as well go to the Lady Burley first. Though if I'm voting for that and Snarg is...
If we go to the Lady Burley first and we fail with the tickets, there isn't a second recourse. If we go to the home run point and say, here's the tickets, and they say no, we can still take those to the Lady Burley. That was kind of my point.
Why would the other way around not work?
Because they would know that we'd already attempted to give them to her and failed.
In other words, once you've attempted to bribe someone and they realize it, you can't really bribe them again. I mean, you can.
Yeah, but Burley and them are not the same person. People, though, yes?
Yes, but the objective is the same. Burley is the person that we're trying to get to say no to the diamond mine. Our objective is to get Burley to say no to the diamond mine. If Burley says no to saying no to the diamond mine in exchange for the tickets, they're going to know that Burley said no in exchange for the tickets. So we can't give them the tickets in exchange for completing our task. But if we go to them first,
Well, right, but I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but if they accept the tickets as completion of it, then that's the end of it, even if she doesn't end up doing it. I mean, that's the
yes,
contact's
but
decision.
if we go to her first and she says no, they won't accept it.
That is correct.
But if we
How
go
would
to
they
them,
know?
They would
We're not
know.
going to tell them.
Z would probably be aware of the fact that they should know.
they have eyes on us and her and would know. They knew, and if Snarg brings this up, Z is going to mention how she, halfway across show territory, was able to complete her solo mission, and they knew she had done it within a matter of minutes.
Yeah. And that is
Okay,
true.
it seems really unlikely, but okay.
I'm telling you, that's how this thing works.
All right,
There's
well,
a network.
Okay, I'll trust you. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I'll trust you.
So you're
Now,
going
that's
to...
just my thinking. If you guys are still wanting to go to her first, I'm fine with that. It is a majority rules situation.
And meanwhile, Guido, I picture you guys walking and talking about this. Guido's just standing there completely silent. Well, not standing, he's
I'm
walking.
mind-linked with Guido.
Okay, so Guido is walking there, hearing you, and then mind-linking hearing you. It's got this echo thing going on.
It would be the other way around.
Echoing with you. Echo. And it just reverbs infinitely.
So, Z brings up a good point. If we are approaching, what's her name? God,
Burley.
Burley.
Burley. I need to go grab my notes.
Brrlii.
Right. So if we're going to go see Burley, and if she knows we're approaching, which a good, for lack of a better term, mafia boss would, they're going to be aware that I'm with the group. And that's not going to go over well.
Why are they going to be aware that you're with the group? I mean, wait, never mind. You're meaning after the stealth is off.
Yeah. So
Well, hang on. If they can be aware of something that happens, like just a private meeting, they're going to be aware that he's here.
I'm not talking about our contacts. I'm talking about Burley's.
That's
He's
what I
talking
mean.
about as we're walking up to the mansion, we're going to have to stash Guido somewhere before we go to her mansion.
Yeah.
Right. And even if I'm being stashed somewhere, they're probably going to be aware that I'm approaching.
No, they may. I don't know if they would have the high-level scanning technology that would be able to beat your ring.
I'm not answering that one. I know the answer, but...
So maybe we should take it to the contact people first. Let them deal with making the bribe to Burley instead of us trying to make that bribe, and very likely botching our diplomacy rolls. Sorry. Not.
All right, roll a 1. You want me to what?
14. There's a 1 in it.
There's a 1 in it.
Here.
Anyways, continue.
So maybe we should take it back to the contact, let them make that bribe offer. Because if just by proposing, hey, we have this VIP ticket to, make a bribe to Burley, if that completes the mission, I say we go with it. Not that I necessarily want to take the easy way out, but
In this particular instance, if we can take the easy way out, we've got a gain on our side here.
yeah, it might not be a bad idea.
All right.
Marshall.
Now,
Yes.
Yeah.
the problem is Z has to translate all of this from me to Snarg.
Oh, I'm just gonna spat it word for word out at Snarg.
Okay. If you think we have a better chance of going to them and getting them to do it and they'll accept it, sure.
I don't know that we have a better chance, but I know that they're gonna know if we failed with her. So
That's the question I have, though.
Yeah,
How did they know?
it's a network.
So,
Do you want me to sit down and explain the nuances of how these things work?
yes.
Okay, Magus, I'm going to spend the next however.
No, I'm not right now.
Okay, well, in that case, just trust me.
Right, so I'm burning the other use on my ring.
Okay. So let's go to them and we will present it to them and see what happens.
So we're going to the contact.
Okay, so you're heading to Lanzhou instead. Now that is on foot, because you're not doing anything, is going to be a 3-day journey.
Okay.
Snarg.
Yes.
Willpower.
3 times.
And it's going to be a lot
I'm
more than
blowing-
3.
I'm blowing one of my action points.
Okay.
All right. So the first one with the action point is a 16.
Okay, that is just barely enough to push you up to tier 2, so you still hate his guts.
But you aren't kill on sight.
You aren't kill on sight, so Guido appears from the stealth, and it's the fork thing. Still
I'm just gonna kind of. I'm just gonna kind of.
I actually just I go a bit ahead. I don't stay with the group.
I'm gonna kind of tell Guido, mental to Guido, just leave him alone for a little while, and I'm gonna kind of jog and catch up with Snarg.
Now, Guido, you have a choice here to go ahead and for all intents and purposes, travel separately. I mean, obviously, you've traveled on foot. You know what this is like. You don't have to get more than a mile away to basically be a completely separate party. Hell, half a mile. So you can choose to do that if you'd like to. And you're still only half a mile away. It's not exactly like you can't just get caught back up. Up to you.
So, as
Also, you have a fork.
I'm going to throw the fork at Snarg, the back of Snarg's head.
All right, roll
No,
attack.
I'm kidding.
No. Or you could push the issue. I'm just.
Well, so as Z is walking away to go talk to Snarg, I'm basically just going to mental link back to her and say, as long as he doesn't steal my shield again.
And I'm going to mental link back to him in my most sarcastic voice. Well, then hold on to it better next time.
I can't believe you
Okay, I throw the
succeeded
fork
that
at her.
grapple. Okay, hang on. Roll attack. Now, Z has much less AC, so it's going to be a lot easier.
I don't know if I have AC.
Natural 20.
All right, you crit her in the back with the fork.
It
Which
And the
means-
fork is just kind of sticking out of the back of my head.
Yeah, it's doing very Bugs Bunny.
Hey, brother,
Mm-hmm.
can I melt the fork off of me into a crumpled up
He
not
doesn't
fork?
throw the fork.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
Oh.
Would have been funny. It would have
God.
been funny, but no, I'm not.
Okay, so
I'm just gonna let them walk ahead.
So he sends me a
alright.
mental image of him throwing the fork and
There
it's
we
sticking
go.
out the back
Yeah,
of my head.
there we go. That's what
And I
happens.
send him one back of the fork growing in
Melting.
size and turning into a molten heap of aluminum or silver or whatever it's made out of and surrounding him.
And then Guido sends back a thing of him eating it, going, "Oh, this is really good. Thanks, see?"
It's an arms race.
And I send him one back of me rolling my eyes.
And the whole time Snarg is looking at Z, who's walking around like this, like, Z? What are you...
You've got a fork in the back of your head.
No,
Because it
the
was
part you
actually
caught...
disguised to cover when he actually threw it. No.
The part you caught was the monster eating Guido. So you just suddenly have this mental image of Guido getting eaten by a molten monster.
And you're like, so you're mad at him too, huh?
Ah, I knew we were on the same side. He holds his fork the wrong way. So 3 days journey. If you guys are staying segregate the whole time, there's no additional will saves.
I'm assuming that I'm going to suggest to Guido that he attempt to rejoin camp at the end of the day.
Okay. Are you going to, Guido?
So at the end of each of the 3 days,
Well, we're going to test it out on the first day. If it doesn't work, then we'll go forward from there.
sure, why not?
Roll it. You smell Guido.
Because you're so angry at him, you target him. or
Natural
something.
20.
Oh my god, so you're down to only being -1 now.
Okay.
So you're
Woo!
still just...
Yeah, I mean, I can tolerate him at least right now.
It's like being around Araguna.
Well, hey,
That's
I gently tried
unfair.
to make him not kill himself.
That's unfair. Guido, don't kill yourself, okay? Don't leap into the lava. Or
Don't
the pool.
talk to any
Don't
people.
talk to anyone.
okay?
Don't move. Just treat him like he's Peregrine Took.
Okay. Do I have the leash in my bag? No. No.
I'm not picturing that going well.
No. No, I'm not. I'm not.
So Guido returns and Snarg is snippy, but otherwise fine. Do you forgive me for fast forwarding a bit, but basically, do you discuss anything over the night?
Dinner.
Over
I'm
dinner?
actually trying to steer the topic toward random neutral things, teaching
Like-
Snarg about Bowson Ball, explaining how the
Roll diplomacy.
I don't have the lights are off
What's your plus diplomacy? Why are your
13.
lights off?
because I have a headache.
26. So that is sufficient. So Snarg, unless you want to oppose,
I technically could, because I feel like venting. Just.
so oppose.
Oh
26.
my gosh! I actually did it. 27.
Wow. So, like, you try to steer the conversation away, and Snarg's like, no!
Like no,
Magus,
hate
you
this
said I
place,
got a
everyone's
natural
just-
20, right?
No, you rolled a 12.
Oh,
I got a natural 20.
He got a natural
he
20.
got a net. Okay.
I'm
Which
just
means
like I don't understand his place. Everyone's so shady. You can't just go and do things directly.
Talking about things you don't understand. What's up with
I was
the
trying to-
false lay scythe?
I
I don't know. I went and asked them about it, and they started giving me the runaround. Nobody wanted to talk to me.
gonna go back
Even
to
the friendliest
cooking
person
Okay.
said, "I don't know anything about the lay side."
Oh, by the way, did you ever check your
Oh yeah,
list?
that's right. Yeah, what did they actually? say?
He actually gave you a season VIP pass.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give that to Z.
I am
because-
going to like tackle hug you down.
I'm like, oh, by the
So-
way, I tried to talk to Keldamir, and he gave me this. You want it?
Yes, yes, I love you. Yes, hug, 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 hug. Play with your fur, ruffle it, pull some stuff out of it because you've got twigs in it again. Hug
That was
you,
a sudden total shift.
run around and start squealing.
Um, right. Awkward Pat.
I'm actually like running around in circles, holding it up in the air around you, Snarg,
Okay.
squealing.
Now look, if it, there, stop.
Wait.
If,
You now get a +1 to your mood.
okay. All right, look. I'm kind of grinning a bit, but look, if we don't want to attract all the wildlife around here with screaming, okay?
I've got to check out what the next game is.
I know what it is.
I've got to be there. When's the game?
It's in April.
April 1st, ironically.
Yeah.
I don't remember what today is.
May
It's
12th.
Yeah.
It is the evening of May 12th. Not May, March.
I was about to say, I have to wait a whole
A year ago.
Look. You got a season pass,
We have
right?
to be back here in April.
Well, mission will. That's the spirit. We will be back here.
We won't die in the next dungeon.
Right.
Carolyn won't destroy the world in...
And now I'm going to squeal some more and
3
run
days.
around in circles. I'm going to run over to Guido and go, look what he gave me!
Okay, so what I'm going to have happen is some bandits are going to kind of slowly approach the group, and they're going to look at her just running around like a maniac, and they've got like their weapons sort of ready, but not really, and they're just looking at her like, well, we were going to rob you because, you know, we heard you had something super valuable, but... No. They put their weapons away and they just walk off. You get experience from that encounter.
They're all level 20.
So, next day of travel happens.
Okay.
I can't believe I defeated a group of bandits because I was excited about a season Mouse and Ball ticket.
I was actually going to have you fight these bandits, but then your behavior was like, okay, yeah, I think I know how they react.
So you should just be happy more often. It defeats encounters just by itself.
Z being happy is pretty terrifying. Alright, Snarg, roll a will save.
Is this a new day?
Yep.
Okay, just in case I have to. That's okay. That's an 18.
That is enough. You have no predisposition.
Okay.
You actually think that holding your fork like this might not be a bad idea
Okay.
when it occurs to you in hindsight.
All right, so I'll do that. And Guido, I'll actually just start chatting with you because I'm assuming this is kind of how it works. Is this like
Now
nothing has been
he'll
happening?
walk
the
up
past
to
few
you and
days?
you go, you know, your way of holding a fork really ain't so bad. Maybe I ought to give it a try.
Well, no,
You just
I don't
start
even say
chatting.
that. I just like start doing it, and it's
Yeah.
no big deal.
Yep.
I'll be like, so how did you sleep last night? Good. Like nothing happened.
Z is like still napping, cuddling her season pass ticket to her chest.
I tell you what, did you know I couldn't even know someone could go to an octave that high?
Wait, you were grouped with
Periodically, you'll hear her mumble, "Oh, Mouse and Ball, I can't wait."
You think we should get a couple of them, throw them in a tent, and see what happens?
We have
Kidnap
two
Galdemar.
Mouse. We have 2 season tickets right now.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
it-
do. So, since you made that, I'm going to be nice because of what's about to happen tomorrow.
Okay.
And by tomorrow, I mean next week because it's already 11. You guys make it the rest of the way. 3 days pass. It is now later than I want it to be in-game.
Oh.
That would make it... It is actually the 15th. Now, Saturday.
Okay.
You arrive Saturday morning at Lanzhou. Hang on. Let's change a couple things here. City of Lanzhou.
What was our time frame for the sale of the diamond mine?
It was a while.
It was a while, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we did it in plenty of time.
I know it was like
This
a
works.
month.
It was, I don't remember the exact thing, but it was a while. You had a fair period of time to work on it, which was part of the point. There we go. So you go to this back alley, which I have a wonderful picture of here. It's not even a dingy back alley, it's just a back alley. And there's your contact, your handler from before, waiting there because you gave him the signal earlier that day.
All right.
Well-
Well, since you are the face, for lack of a better term, Z,
Me?
how it's presented. Yeah. You've been the face this entire time. We've been dealing with them.
Oh yeah, I guess I have been. So I'm gonna kind of walk up and go, ugh, and go, we've done some favors, and
Favors.
she'd be, yes, favors.
Hang on.
And
Did you deal with the guy who was the analyst?
Yes, we did.
did we?
We did. That was the very first thing we did.
Yeah.
I'd already turned that in then, and he knew about that. We
No.
went back to them first.
The appraiser guy. You went straight from Sukara up to Li Shao.
Oh, yes, he's more than taken care of. I totally
He's still
explained
alive,
the situation to him.
Oh wait, I'll actually mentally see.
No,
Wait.
I killed him and then forged the documents. Would you like
Excellent.
to see them?
I'd love to, but maybe later. I'm kind of busy right now, dear.
So anyway, no, he's perfectly fine. I explained the situation to him about how such and such in politics and this, that, and the other. And I don't really remember.
I'm sure it was very stressful.
No, it was boring. But going forward from that, we have what we believe will be the key to the answer because of our lady, whatever the heck,
Burley.
Burley.
Yes.
And
Have you
the
convinced her
diamond mine
to pull out of the diamond mine?
Well, it occurs to us that a deal coming from some unknown might be a little too good to be true. So we were actually going to offer a situation that you might have someone a little bit more adept and knowing in the matter to where she didn't get suspicious of us. Us being an unknown, to work that deal out. We've acquired a VIP season Balsan Ball ticket, which would be fabulous for her to get in and work her business into that area, which we think would be a fair trade for letting go of the diamond mines. But again, we felt that she might be suspicious of us as unknown agents and what our motivations were. Whereas if you were to send a representative, it would make more sense.
That does make perfect sense. And it would be much better than getting involved in something much more horrid, like, say, lace lice, for example. I don't suppose you have the ticket on you.
I do indeed.
Excellent. May I see it, please?
I hand over the ticket.
He takes it. He rolls, even though he doesn't really have to. Okay. Very genuine. Interesting. I had not thought this would be the route you'd go, given your previous record. No offense, ma'am, I assumed this would involve a little more kidnapping and possibly blackmail.
Well, that
Interesting.
was my idea, and it didn't work quite that way.
Ah, maybe that's where the lace slice came in. Well, regardless.
No, the lace slice was... I don't like lace slice, so we just got rid of them.
Who does? So he rolls deafness. He rolls a total of a 28 if anyone wants to see. But basically, the ticket just kind of disappears in his hand there.
Oh,
I don't care what he does with it as long as I trust him to hand it over to the necessary people and say that we've completed our job.
Yes, well, I will go ahead and notify the necessary people that you have successfully completed your job. I'm afraid that your compatriots have been delayed a few days. So I'm afraid the psionic woman and the problem will not be rejoining you immediately. However, I am authorized to go ahead and arrange for some rooms for you and your desolate friend, if you would prefer, while we wait. I don't exactly know, to be completely honest with you, how long it will take in order to... Well, I'll be blunt. This isn't my job. My job is dealing with you. Their job is repaying you for what you're doing for us through me. So I have no idea what they're going to do.
Take the necessary steps to get us where we need to be. We don't expect you to tell us how long we're going to wait.
Thank you for your understanding, if you'll excuse me.
Of course, before you leave,
Yes.
I don't do well sitting around doing nothing. If there are any additional things that could be done to help out.
There is actually one little thing.
Of course, you know my preferred motto of doing things.
Yes, of course. We have a rogue hippie group that needs to be removed as quickly as
This
possible.
wouldn't be a rogue hippie group that happened to be attacked by a bear while they were campaigning for
Why,
mosquitoes, would it?
yes, actually. How did you know?
Call it lucky guess.
Just a hunch.
No, say woman's intuition, yeah. Woman's intuition.
I'll be happy to take care of those for you.
Excellent. Here's all the details.
La da la da la da la da la da la da la da. Okay, I'll see you later.
Farewell. I don't know why I
Guys.
went into like Kefka voice for that guy.
I was about to say, I marked this guy.
I'm gonna kind of turn around to Guido and to Marshall, assuming that was legit.
It was, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of turn around to Guido and to Marshall and say, I'm gonna let you go. Guido, do you need to blow off some steam?
I'd love to.
How would you like to get rid of those hippies that attracted the townsfolk to you?
I'd love to.
No, I want to like do a jump cut, and all of a sudden it just shoots to these hippies who have jars of mosquitoes, and they're like trying to shield them with their bodies as you're just wailing on them.
It's basically like,
And I'm just kind of standing back there watching as he's beating them, making sure they don't run away.
And they're dead.
Okay.
They don't give
Hold
any
on.
X because they're hippies.
Hold on. Okay. What do I need to roll to grab one of the jars of mosquitoes out of their hands?
Just do a flat strength, and I'll do an opposed. I rolled a 2, and they have a
Hippies are
negative
not being
strength.
strong.
Okay. So I rolled an 8.
So, oh my god, dude, really?
I rolled a 5.
He rolled above a 7.
He still wins.
He still wins. You're like kind of panzily reach in there and grab it, and then we do opposed attack rolls, which you're probably going to win.
Hippies are known for being very good attackers too.
So 16 on the dice. I don't know if I get. I'm not going to get my normal attack bonus. It should just be the strength bonus.
Yeah.
Temporary favored enemy.
So 19.
Okay. So yeah, that will beat them. I actually rolled surprisingly well, but you still beat them.
Okay.
So,
So I'm going
you-
to take the jar of mosquitoes and smash it over his head.
They're so beautiful. Wait, what's that? The movie Lilo and Stitch, where he's like, "Oh look, the mosquitoes have decided to suck on my blood. What an honor!"
Yeah.
Ah! And then they die. What are you doing with the corpses?
Leaving them to be taken over by the thrush.
Yeah, fun fact. One of the
They're becoming
reasons,
one.
another little historical amusement point, the Undermarket never had much of a strong influence in the show area. The reason why is because there are strong under criminal organizations within the show area, like our good friend Brack here, who's the guy you're working for. And the reason why is because it's really easy to dispose of evidence down here.
You just leave it.
Can you prove anything? No.
The thrush did it. That's the dog at my homework.
Yeah.
So those
Thrush ate my homework.
Yeah.
F minus, you know. So you get back to your thing. Now, it's actually only going to be a day. The very next day, the Sunday, the 16th, you are going to be informed by a contact. He's going to arrange transport. Guido is actually going. It's actually going to be on a small hover skiff, not a true hover ship, or an airship for that matter. Guido, you actually are being offered what is effectively a large coffin to transit in.
A Lugian style coffin.
Lugian style coffin. It is actually specifically designed, and he will tell you this, to prevent desolate energies from transiting through it.
Oh, this
You-
is the stuff they use after they kill them.
Well, you can infer what you want from that, but the mere fact that they have access to that does say something.
A lead
I'm
coffin.
assuming I would know what it entails.
Uh,
What that sort of thing would be used for.
Go ahead and roll knowledge politics. You don't know. What's your knowledge politics?
They're 8.
Okay, that's barely enough to get some info. Basically, you know that this is anybody who does any research with desolates basically uses these type of devices. They're very crude, and they're very obvious if you know to spot them. That's obviously a desolate carrier.
So I would have recognized it on sight.
Yeah, but you don't know any of the specifics or any of the hidden details about why these or how they use it. But it is obvious that either Brack and his organization, the family, or the heraldry where you're being taken. One of the two deals with desolates at least semi-regularly.
Okay.
And of course, because they're so obvious to catch, they're actually going to be hiding that in the skiff, so nobody else will be seeing it, just the people present. So, sneak it on with some cargo, basically, and then, Guido, you get to have an uncomfortable trip. They're taking you up to the coastal city of Buridper. Buridper. Damn it, I just said this in my head. Buridper. Buridper.
Buridper.
Buridper. And
Buridper.
that... I hate you. And
Lay
that...
slice.
And that is actually where the
Lay
majority... Lay slice.
Lay
That-
slice.
That is where the primary facility is for the heraldry. Okay? So you've got transit in. You're going to go there the next day. If you want to do anything in the town before so, that's going to be allowed, of course. Because, duh.
Except for Guido.
Except for
We're
Guido.
not letting him
Because
out of the
screw him.
coffin.
But once you...
I want to. Oh.
In the coffin.
I want an ice cream.
All right, here you go. Plunk. Close the lid. Plunk.
It's just like misses and splats all over you.
Wait, let me roll to see if it hits his face. Oh, it does hit his face. So it's like on your mouth like this.
And it's melting on you because it's kind of hot in the coffin.
It is.
Do I have any room to move?
You actually do. It is a little spacious in there.
Okay. Well, that's not so bad.
You have a copy of War and Peace, which you have to kind of read like this. It was the best of times. Now,
Is it War and
once you... I don't remember. Once you get there... No, that was A Tale of Two Cities.
Yeah.
Once you get there...
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It's not A Tale of Two Cities.
You sure?
I'm not fairly certain.
Oh, I'm curious.
All right, internet.
I think that is Tale of Two Cities.
It is Tale of Two Cities.
Oh,
I wasn't sure
Busted.
either. That's why I wanted to... Yeah,
that
it's
didn't
busted.
seem right.
Man, that was quick. Okay. You get there. I'll go ahead and do the full description of what you get there next session. When you get there, I should say, and the whole description of the facility. Very Magitech research facility thing going on here. Not that any of you know what I'm talking about. But one additional thing I wanted to add before you guys get there is that before you left, you received a letter that was addressed to Snarg.
Oh, who?
Zeiss.
What? We got a letter to Zeiss?
Yes. From Zeiss.
From him?
Oh, give
From
me
him.
that. I want to read.
It's addressed to Snarg. It's illegal to open letters for someone
I snatch it out of
else.
Snarg's hand and start reading.
What?
Wait, now you have
Might
to break
be
the seal.
personal.
Roll strength to break the seal.
I don't have dice.
What's your strength? -5?
My strength is a 1.
Okay.
No,
You-
it's 2. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
My dex-
All right.
Well, you drop the dice, so it's an automatic. Oh,
That's true. I dropped the dice. So you roll a 2. So you're like,
All right, here, hang on. If this is a trap, at least let me spring it so I don't die. So you don't die.
that's a good point. Go ahead and open it. And then a nuclear explosion goes off.
You could have just launched it. I don't know. All right.
No, okay.
All right.
It is a letter from Zeiss. Forgive me, I actually was going to write it up, but I totally spaced it. I apologize. A letter from Zeiss stating it's one of his only communications he's being allowed out of prison.
Okay.
He is currently still on trial, but things are not going well for him, and he is desperately requesting help in order to spring him because he is innocent.
Why is Zeiss on trial?
I'm
He
just kind of snickering over in the corner while you're reading this out loud to us.
It's my surprised face.
No, but I don't say why is he on trial? 'Cause I don't know about it.
He murdered an ambassador.
Well, no wonder he's on trial. I mean,
wow.
I like how you didn't even make me roll deception against you. Or
I
ask
can't
how
do
I
it.
found that out.
I literally cannot beat it if I roll a 20 and you roll a 1.
You okay? Is this you're not allowed to abuse deception against Snarg?
I'm actually not. I'm sitting here snickering in the corner, and he goes, "Why is Zeiss on trial?" And I say, Well, because he murdered an ambassador.
So you know something about this, Z? What happened?
I took care of our little problem and I didn't kill him.
Well, obviously not now. He's gonna be killed.
Oh, he might not be killed.
If you say he murdered an ambassador, I mean, I can't think of a lot of things worse than that.
You told me I couldn't kill him. You didn't tell me I couldn't permanently remove him from the setting via other means.
The setting. Wow.
That's details, and you know it.
Okay, look. So I got, they sent me off on this special thing for just me to do, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, it happened to be to go down in the town that we abandoned them in, whatever that was. What was that?
Kinshoy.
It happened to be down in Kinshoy, and their request was for me to go murder this ambassador and deposit him in this particular building. Well, I kind of thought it would be ironic if, it was the party that was down there, and if it happened to be Zeiss, who had already been charged once for murder, for inciting war, to have that kind of thing sort of happen again. And, it was just an odd coincidence that they were both down there. So I kind of went and bought some rapiers, 2 of them, and killed the ambassador and promptly deposited him in the place that I was supposed to. And as I was leaving, Zeiss walked through the door, and I'm assuming that I kind of framed him. They didn't tell me I was framing him, so I didn't do it on purpose. I just kind of thought it would be funny.
I thought it'd be funny to frame him for murder.
Yeah, that's kind of my reaction. Like, uh-huh. Well, I don't know why, if he even wrote this note, he's asking for help from me, because they obviously read this. He sent this out from prison.
He might have found some backwards network. He kind of ish knew how to get into the not so nice parts of town. Maybe he found a contact? I don't think he would have found it. He probably found the contact who was the cop who was pretending to be, the double agent. That would surprise me. But, I mean, if that's the case, they probably wouldn't have ever given us the letter. Oh, no, they would have given us the letter and left a tracking device on it to try to figure out who we were. Knowledge spellcraft on the letter.
Roll it. Oh, you don't have dice. God damn it. What's your spellcraft?
Hold on, I'm grabbing my sheet. Spellcraft is an 18.
All right. That letter is definitely woven. And it is woven with a very weird spell.
Okay, can I tell what the spell is?
Well, there's 2. Well, actually,
Can I tell what
there's 3 technically, but one's a residue. Okay. Really quick, where's a skill list, at least? Because I kind of need this for a second. Does anybody have forgery?
Not trained, no.
Not trained. It's not a class skill.
Didn't think so.
No, neither.
Okay, so the first is you can tell that someone, when they were initially doing this, wove the quill that was doing it to specifically make it seem like a prison quill.
Okay, so it wasn't written from prison.
Second thing that is woven on it is a... I'm trying to think how to describe this. Like, okay, as soon as it was delivered, it sent off an indicator saying it was delivered, and it was delivered here.
Okay.
There's a third spell.
GPS.
Yeah. There's a third spell that hasn't gone off yet, but you rolled well enough to tell what that is, and that is that it is going to tell... It's going to basically go off again whenever this letter comes within a certain range of a location.
Okay, so Marshall,
Mm-hmm.
can I dispose of this?
I wouldn't have any objections to this. This is...
The prison's tracking us, and they're trying to get us attached to it, and I'd rather just get us out of this mess completely and leave no traces. I don't do jobs where I leave trails behind.
Except for that one.
Burn it.
That one doesn't count. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of flame ripple out of my fingers and eat it.
The wax seal just kind of melts to the floor.
Yep. Very Game of Thrones thing.
Okay.
The letter is now gone.
Okay. Did it, I'm assuming it did not send off any kind of notifications that it was destroyed.
No, although it definitely did already send off that you were here. Now you got this letter the night before in Lanzhou before you left for Buridpur.
Okay.
Okay.
So you could just kind of hang out in the same place for the previous night.
I'm kind of interested to know why in the world Fairness Seal and Ricard have been delayed. They didn't give a reason. Is there anyone from them who has a reason why they're just not coming?
Well, you don't have anybody to talk to. You're just in town, in an
Okay.
inn.
So they have no
I'm
contact
going
here.
to tell him that they were translating the thing, and that they probably just had a delay in their translation of it.
There's nothing sinister here.
Absolutely not at all.
Mhm.
Regardless, it's best that we get these augments post haste. So as soon as we get to our locale,
Well, yes, obviously. There's also the question of how we're going to let Guido obtain his, because
I want you to get yours done first, and we'll let Guido go next, because this is going to be at a soul level. So they're obviously going to know, regardless of my augmenting, that I'm desolate as well. So let's get Guido's done first, because they're more likely to catch that he's desolate first.
well, they seem to know already. So I'm hoping that they've made some preparations. Because I doubt they want to see everyone go ballistic.
Technically,
yeah,
this
but
is
let's-
before you
Bringing
the
me
coffin.
in the coffin.
No, technically this is before you saw the coffin.
Right, but he actually called him a desolate in the alleyway. He knew.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, let's get you and get yours done first, and then we'll attempt to get Guido's done and hope that nobody has a problem with it. And if that succeeds, then we'll get me in there.
Excellent plan.
well, this seems, since we've got a bit of downtime, this seems like a good a time as any to propose this to everyone as well.
Or
I was at-
propose to leaving this locale.
Yeah. Well,
I'm rather interested to find out
Who's going to come
who's
looking for us?
Yeah.
Okay. But Snarg needs to leave.
I need to leave.
Yeah, that was obviously addressed to you. It's tracking you. They don't know me or Guido. Or if they do know me and Guido,
Oh,
they...
oh. Right. Well, maybe. I don't know why someone would be trying to indict me personally, unless Zeiss started screaming out names, random names that he knew.
He
He'd
probably
never
did.
do that.
All right. Well, suppose maybe I should lay low for a little bit just in case until we actually have to go.
All right. Now to make it clear, nobody's going to come by the time your ride arrives.
Okay.
Day. Unfortunately, though that'll happen later. But then the ride arrives. Trip and scene.